This is the God Particle, and this is called the God Particle, What Does It Mean? Part 3 by me, Michael Matheson. I'm the author of the God Particle Bible, and you can get much more information in much greater detail at godparticlebible.com. Go there now, get yourself an audio copy if you like. It's the easiest way to get this information. You listen to it while you drive around or walk around town with your portable device. I'm really proud of this book because, oh, and by the way, it won't make much sense to you unless you've already seen the God Particle, What Does It Mean? Part 1 and Part 2. Because in Part 3 I'm going to get into a little bit more of the advanced stuff that the God Particle is all about. And again, you can get it in much greater detail at godparticlebible.com. This is a picture of a hydrogen atom. I have it in all of my videos because it's amazing. And it teaches you about the God particle. The hydrogen atom, nor would any of the other atoms in the universe be possible without the God particle field. This is the nucleus, this is the electron. None of this can happen. The structure of the atom will not happen without mass. This atom weighs something, it's extremely minuscule in weight. It's something like 10 to the minus 50 zeros of a milli ounce. You can look it up to get the exact weight of the hydrogen atom. It does have a weight. As you remember from high school physics, it's called atomic mass, so the atomic number. Hydrogen is number 1 because there's 1 proton in here in the nucleus and 1 neutron, and therefore it has 1 electron. Now, the beautiful thing about this picture, this is an actual picture from a quantum camera just recently invented. You can see the electron orbit here. It's everywhere at once. This is not like the planet Earth revolving around the sun. The electron is everywhere in that orbit at once. Quantum physics has predicted that, and there's a picture of it. Amazing how science does prove out every once in a while, and it's just wonderful to see. That's a picture of one of the greatest proofs of quantum physics. Now, the God particle has been discovered by the Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, Switzerland on July 4th, 2012. Google it and you'll see that I'm not making any of this up. So a lot of people tell me, Mike, you've got to be making that up because you're a science fiction writer. Yes, but now I've become a science writer because in writing some of my science fiction, I realized that the science is actually more amazing than any science fiction. The God particle is proof that God exists. It was the first particle that was created in the Big Bang, which had to have been made by God, because who else would put out his God particles, right? And that's what this is all about. The physicists who discovered this fundamental particle, the first progenitor particle in the universe that creates everything else, still have no clue what they actually uncovered. They keep trying to call it a boson, but it's not a boson. It's the God particle. That's the way it's going to be known for the rest of eternity. Trust me. Again, a picture of the hydrogen atom. I'm obsessed with this because it's so beautiful that we can now see down to this level and take photographs of the universe and everything the other way, in the other direction. Beautiful galaxies that look almost some of them look exactly like that little atom. But everything in the universe, including the hydrogen atom, has to go through the God particle field to exist. Everything. Remember, the God particle field came first, and as the universe is expanding, the God particle field is expanding ahead of it. It has to be that way because you can't have anything in the universe that does not have mass, so that all the forces can attract one another and create the wonderful atomic structure like this, the galaxies, everything that's made from hydrogen. And of course a lot of other things, but hydrogen is the biggest element in the universe because you have to make stars out of it. Hydrogen and all the other atoms cannot exist without the God particle field. Google it, you'll see I'm not making this up. Everything in the universe, including you and me, interacts with the God particle field every second of every day. So it actually interferes with every action you take in life, every thought that you have. is electrochemical in nature. That means atomic structure. The atomic structure, like this, is dependent on the God particle field to make it work. If you didn't have the God particle, let's go back to this hydrogen atom. If you didn't have the God particle field, the proton and the neutron down here would not hold on to each other because there's no mass in the universe. They would fly off into space and no atom would be formed. This would not be a nucleus, therefore it could not have an electron orbit around it. The atomic structure of the universe cannot exist without the God particle field. Now you won't hear scientists talk this way, but they'll make up a lot of mumbo jumbo, but that's, if you listen carefully and ask them enough questions, that's what they are saying. And they don't see the forest for the trees. Now this is a picture of what happens in a large hadron collider where they found this thing. This is a collision between two protons, one coming this way, one coming this way. They crash into each other and they completely destroy each other, and the subatomic particles that make up the protons go off into space in these various directions, and physicists are able to tell from the momentum of these things, the direction, the speed, the inertia, the mass, that's the energy that's spit out of that collision. They're able to tell what those protons were made of, and they finally did it in such a way that they were able to find the evidence of the God particle field. They have not located any God particles yet, but they know that they exist. Now, when they do take a picture of it, will it look like this? I don't know. It's probably not going to look like this, but that's how I see it in my mind, because it's more of a field than a particle. Everything is at this level. Everything is more of a field than a particle, but it can somehow, the field acts like particles when you get down at this level. But it's really something in between. And the whole universe is based on this stuff, folks. So if you want to learn more, there won't be a God particle part 4 because I'm leaving out the most important stuff for the book. You've got to go to godparticlebible.com, download a copy of my book, get the Audible or get the print copy or the Kindle copy, any other ebook format. I've got them all for you. It's very easy reading. Science, the beauty of science is that it's actually simple. It's so elegant. And Einstein said that, not me. So you can't understand this stuff, and your destiny depends on it, as well as the fate of all mankind. That's what they uncovered by realizing that they had discovered the God particle. Just a little over a year ago. So it's going to take decades, if not centuries, before the science catches up to what instinctively we all know, that there is a force in our lives. And now, in the God Particle Bible, you have the technology to take hold of that force and control your life. Is that enough reason to get it? If not, I don't know what would be. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you at one of my seminars.